Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If this video doesn't resonate, that is completely fine. You can completely ignore it if you want to. If it does resonate, that is great. That's amazing. This is a general reading, so do take only what resonates. And do, if you'd like to use your intuition to just sort through the messages, since I will be covering quite a few things, or at least I'll try and cover a few different things. Since again, this is a general reading. And also, what was I going to say? I think I've said everything. Oh yeah, so this is a what might happen before the end of this year reading. So again, since this is a general reading, I'm not saying all of this would definitely happen to you. It could be one message is for you and like three messages is for someone else and then five messages for another person. That could be how it is. And also I feel like sometimes like you never know what exactly will happen. You can get some hints, but like the universe just still hits you with some surprises. Like they can prepare you for something, but it's hard to tell, I guess. I don't know how else to explain this. I'm feeling a bit lost for words today. I don't know why. Um, with the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords is clarifying the Strength card, and then the Six of Cups is clarifying the Ten of Cups. With the Page of Swords, while I was meditating on this card, since I find it more comfortable to meditate off camera than on camera. On camera, I kind of feel rushed, like I have to be quicker, in like saying what I have to say. So I prefer meditating off camera. So Page of Swords, I just noticed today that she's walking across a bridge, a sword bridge. So this sword is connecting her from here to here, and she's walking across it quite bravely. I'm not really picking up on whether she has courage or not. So I don't feel like that's the message that I'm being urged to tell you, but I'm focusing more on the fact that she's reading and she's so concentrated on reading, she's not bothered by this sword. So for some of you, you may be learning something new that gives you more courage, that gives you more strength. You may be learning more ways to be strength. For some of you, you may be improving a skill. She does have lots of light bulbs up here as well, so that does indicate having lots of light bulbs idea. When the light goes boop, it goes on, and you have something like in cartoons when the light goes on, you have an idea, that sort of thing. So there is this airy energy, but since she's not on solid ground, you could argue that she's not grounded. So there's a lack of being grounded here as well. So that's a message for some of you. So I am trying to read a message. So it could be because it could be that one card was for a specific person, meanwhile two cards was for someone else. I am trying to like focus on one card and focus on two cards and maybe go to the whole reading and then the top of the deck energy as well. Just to get a wide variety of messages out there. So for some of you, it could be that you're becoming more grounded. So you're finding your courage, you're finding your strength. Like you're, what's the word? I was thinking, because when I first meditating on especially these two cards, I got that someone is connecting more with their, I guess you could say, divine self, connecting more with their mind and their passion. So this is like I guess air energy connecting with the mind, fire energy connecting with your passion, your heart. I guess you could say this is water energy with these two cards, and at the top of the deck you have this card, so earth energy. So especially if you're manifesting and you if you feel like the magician is the card that represents you really well, it could be that you are manifesting something before the end of this year. You may see it come as well with this Ten of Cups. This is joy. And then there's this idea of thinking as well. So for some of you, is that you're manifesting something. And I believe the Page of Pentacles also talks about manifestations. Because the magician uses all the elements, fire, earth, air, water. So that's why I mentioned the magician. Although the magician isn't here, the sort of idea is. So back to the Page of Swords. Since she is walking barefoot, I am seeing like, okay, first of all, I really want to mention before I forget, she's crossing territory, she's crossing terrain, she's going from one place to another place, she's moving, there's forward movement. So there may be for some of you some forward movement in your life. And you may have taken action, either you have already or you will be taking some action that maybe you weren't able to do before, or maybe you didn't understand before. Because like for some of you, it could be understanding something mentally. So this crossing may be an action you take or an idea you have. So maybe there's something about someone or the world, or I don't know, something you didn't understand about something else, and you may before the end of this year finally be understanding it. So I don't want to like, some of these messages may not sound very like huge, or maybe on the big event that you might have wanted to hear. I don't want to like exaggerate anything. I just want to say what I'm seeing instead of exaggerating things and making any assumptions. So okay, so it could be connecting with someone else, although I'm not exactly seeing it as like other people. I'm seeing it more as yourself. So it could be understanding yourself. These two bridges could be your heart and mind, for example. Maybe there was something you're confused about, a decision to make. You know, like when like your heart says one thing and your mind says another thing. Although I know like emotions come from the brain and everything, but you know what I mean. Passion, the heart. So finally connecting the two, that could be it. To make a decision about something or to move forward, especially like when you're stuck with something and you don't know which action to make, so you're finally able to make an action, to take an action and move forwards. Or this could just be connecting, like physically going somewhere, so having that strength to physically do something or go somewhere. So this could be speaking about the material, or it could be speaking about the more mental. It depends on you, I guess, or it could be both as well. um and since she's holding on to all these like light bulbs, it could be maybe you're holding on, you have all these ideas and you're holding on to it. And like, I was gonna try and like link it to the strength card, but I'm not really seeing a link there, not exactly. But they could just be having that strength to go from here, having that strength to go from here to here, from point A to point B. Um, and the fact that it is a sword as well, like again, I did mention swords are sharp, so it could be like, I guess it's overall just having that strength to move on to something else. Um, Even if it might hurt or lead to some sort of damage, and being able to still walk through. And I think I was going to mention with the foot, I do still sense this idea of being grounded. See how the foot is really close to the ground, although this is still in the air, kind of on the sword, it is still kind of close to the ground. And in a way, metal is like an element as well, kind of like earth is an element. So she is still on solid, on something solid. Anyways, hopefully that all made sense for you, like what might be happening before the end of this year in the case of this page of swords. And you do have two pages, page of pentacles, strength card here. So obviously a lot of you may be gaining some strength, maybe gaining some courage, or again, being able to make a decision that maybe you maybe were too afraid or not sure of. It could simply be the strength to trust yourself. So again, here, trusting yourself, trusting your mind. And for some of you, it could be digging into a new side of yourself, because you have the lamb here and you have the lion. So finding this other side to yourself, finding, I guess your polarities, because lambs and lions kind of like, I'm seeing them as polar, not polar opposites exactly, but quite different. So finding that difference within yourself, or balance, should I say. With the Ten of Cups, for some of you, this is more about connecting with your family before the end of this year. It could be an engagement for some of you. Maybe someone proposes, or if you're like interested in marriage, of course. It could simply be connecting with your family. For some of you, could be daydreaming if you focus more on this card and this card. Although these two cards weren't meant to like connect, like it could be a message for some of you. So it could be daydreaming, or could simply be embodying the Ten of Cups energy. So feeling joy, feeling very blissful, feeling very happy. And before the end of this year, something happens that makes you feel very happy and joyful. And for some of you, it could be news of children, because you have the children playing over there. And for some of you, you could have a new view of life, with the Page of Swords and the Strength card and the Ten of Cups, and a new view of life. For others of you, it could be more about the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is actually here to clarify the Ten of Cups. So it could be more about connecting with someone from your past for some of you, or looking back at your past with someone. So for some of you, maybe you're spending time with someone and you're thinking back about this times from your past, especially with this Six of Cups. It is making me think, lean more towards connecting with someone from your past, someone who likely you're still with or on good terms with that dog there as well. So yeah, looking back at the past, maybe looking back at your childhood, maybe for some of you it's something simple as just going back to childhood photos of your family members. It could be something like that. It could be something more elaborate. I wouldn't say like a high school reunion or anything like that. Especially with like what's going on. But it could simply be getting a message from someone from your past. So it could be something more should I say bigger, more, I don't know what to call it, but something like that, like getting a message from someone from your past, or simply someone who you're with right now and have likely spent a lot of time with, and you're just looking at the times you've shared in the past together. Could be a friend as well, or a partner. Then with the Page of Pentacles at the top, this could be talking about balance. I'm seeing something from the ground up. So seeing something grow from the ground up, because she's looking at the ground. Balance. I feel like this is also like being grounded. I feel like because she has one leg up and one leg down, so there's this idea of being grounded. Kind of like how she has one leg on the sword and one leg so close to the ground. So maybe for some of you, you're getting closer to being grounded, and you do have the Knight of Wands after that. So passion, kind of like this strength card, passion, fun, this wild energy, party energy. So you could be traveling, not for all of you, for some of you, traveling, maybe simply playing an instrument, like following your passion, I guess. For some of you, saying following your passion actually really makes these two work. Following your passion. She's not really like, the reason why I didn't really get the idea that she's strong, like that she's strong or not strong, is because she's not really focused on the fact that she's walking between like these two areas. She's more focused on the book than where she's going. So following your passion, following your intuition could be what you will be doing a lot of before the end of this year. The Strength card as well. So passion, Leo energy. And with the Knight of Wands as well, I'd say. Some of you could be more of like, maybe following like a cookbook or instruction book. Then you have the Wheel. You do have the Empress under that. And I do shuffle these cards. I'm quite surprised because the Empress came up for like other two signs as well. And I do actually shuffle the cards quite well. Because I do actually use the cards throughout the day. So I'd be shuffling it and shuffling it and shuffling it. So I'm surprised that this card came up for another group. So the Wheel after that. So things moving, nothing stays the same. Things are moving. So things will be changing in your lives. And I feel like the unexpected will be happening as well. So unexpected things may be happening. There's some unexpected things happening for me today. Okay. But there weren't like huge unexpected things. There were small unexpected things. Like I'd go shopping and then what I'd expect to get. Just as an example, like I order something and then I get a different thing to what I ordered. So like I order small and then I get a large instead. That's that sort of stuff. So nothing too huge. So High Priestess, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups. At the back of the card, and this is actually becoming quite long, so I'm going to go through these real quick. High Priestess, so I think another group had this one as well. Could be more independence, being more independent. Could be some relationships or bonding with someone. Could be the bonding with these two cards. So there's quite a few cups energy here as well. And some passion, some groundedness, some intuition. So this could be here, following your intuition. And I didn't actually plan where I put these cards down. I just put them down randomly where like I thought I should put them down. So I feel like this message is for like a handful of you, and this message is here for a handful of you, connecting with someone from your past, and here being more with your intuition. And then for some of you, it's about being independent as well. Following your own path, following your own passion, and things changing and moving. So maybe pay attention to how I put the cards down, because I don't do it intentionally, it just happens. And maybe that's because there's a message for you somewhere. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this did resonate and did help you. If you would like to, you can like, share, comment, or subscribe. There's no force. Like, you don't have to. It's if you want to, or if your intuition says you should. Always follow your intuition. Always follow your heart, and have strength.